So today we are going to solve NEET question paper 2017. So here is our first question in physics. Two blocks A and B of masses 3m and m respectively are connected by a massless and inextensible string. The whole system is suspended by a massless spring as shown in figure. The magnitude of acceleration of A and B immediately after the string is cut are respectively. So we have to cut string from two places. First is from here and that's from here. So let's see what's the answer. So when the string was cut from this position, we have an equation. The mass joins n is 4m, and we will make the free body diagram. So from there we get kx is equal to 4mg. So after cutting from this place, this side, this body have a free fall. It will just free fall, so its A will be equal to g. And for this body 3m, acceleration will be force net by mass. So here force will be 4mg minus 3mg by 3m. So its acceleration will be g by 3. So our acceleration are g and g by 3. So here is our correct option B, this. Now question number 2. The acceleration due to gravity at a height 1 kilometer above the earth is the same as at the depth d below the surface of earth. Then, so acceleration due to gravity at height h is g r by r plus h bracket whole square. So it comes out to be g 1 minus 2h by r. So now acceleration at depth d below earth is g 1 minus d by r. So here h is the height and d is the depth. So according to question we have that these two are same. So after making them equal, our correct option will be correct answer will be d is equal to 2 kilometer as d is equal to 2h and h value is given here 1. So d is equal to 2 kilometer. Here is our correct option, this. Now question number 3. A particle executes linear simple harmonic motion with an amplitude of 3 cm. When the particle is at 2 cm from the mean position, the magnitude of its velocity is equal to that of its acceleration. Then its time period in seconds is. So we know that the velocity of particle when it is at x displacement from the mean position is v is equal to omega a square minus x square, where x is the position and a is the amplitude. And acceleration is omega square x. So first we have to find the value of v. In this question it is given that velocity is equal to acceleration. So we will just put its values, and our correct answer will be omega is equal to root 5 by 2. But here it is asking to give the time period. So time period we know is 2 pi by omega. So we will just substitute the value. So it would become 4 pi by root 5 seconds. So here C, our correct option is. Question number 4. The resistance of a wire is R ohm. If it is melted and scratched to n times its original length, its new resistance will be. So after stretching, its volume will remain same. So A1 L1 is equal to A2 L2. According to question, it's given that L2 is equal to NL1. So A2 is equal to A1 L1 by L2. So it is A1 by L. So resistance after stretching will be R2 is equal to rho L by A, L2 by A2. So rho N L1 by A1 by N. So it comes out to be rho L by A 1 into N squared. So R2 will be N square R. Here is the correct option C, N square R. Now question number 5. A capacitor is charged by a battery. The battery is removed and another identical charged uncharged capacitor is connected in parallel. The total electrostatic energy of resultant system is. So here energy stored in a capacitor is half CV square. And we know that voltage in parallel arrangement of capacitor, voltage is same. So for first capacitor, it's U1 is equal to half CV square, and U2 is equal to half CV square plus half CV square, as in when the battery was removed there was two capacitor, but before it was only one capacitor. So it would become half 2CV square. So it is 2 half CV square. So after this is the value of mu1, you can see here. So U2 is equal to 2U1. D, increases by a factor of 2. Now question number 6. Two rods A and B of different materials are welded together as shown in the figure. Their thermal conductivities are K1 and K2. The thermal conductivity of the composite rod will be. So as we know that in parallel number of rods, equivalent thermal conductivity is K1A1 plus K2A2 by A1 plus A2, and if they have the same area, so it is K1 plus K2 by N. So our K equivalent will be K1 plus K2 by 2. So C, correct option is here. Now question number 7. The two nearest harmonics of a tube closed at one end and open at another end are 220 Hz and 260 Hz. What is the fundamental frequency of the system? So as we know, difference between two consecutive frequency of closed organ pipe is 2V by 4L. So according to the question, the values are of two consecutive frequencies given here. So 2V by 4L is equal to 260 minus 220. So V by 4L, that is fundamental frequency, it's 20 Hz. So fundamental frequency will be 20 Hz. So a correct option written here, 20 Hz. Now question number 8. The bulk modulus of a spherical object is B. If it is subjected to uniform pressure P, the fractional decrease in radius is. So here we know that bulk modulus is stress by strain, and stress is force per unit area, that is pressure also, and strain is change in length, delta V by V. So delta V by V is equal to P by B. So volume of sphere is, as we know, 4 by 3 pi r cube. So differentiating, we get delta V by V, which is in above equation, log 4 by 3 pi plus 3 log r. We will just differentiate it, so it comes to be 3 delta r by r. So according to the question, fraction decrease in volume. So delta V by V is 3 delta r by r. So here, if volume also decrease, then radius will also decrease. So 3 delta r by r is equal to P by B. So delta r by r is equal to P by 3B. So here is the correct option, P by 3B. Now question number 9. A physical quantity of the dimension of length that can be formed out of C, G and E square by 4 pi epsilon naught is C is velocity of light, G is gravitation constant of gravitation, and E is charge. So as we know, the value of force is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. So here according to the question, it is given EQ by 4 pi epsilon naught will be R square into F. So here is the value of R square into F, ML 3 T minus 2. Now F is also GM square by R square. So we will just bring this 2 in right hand side. So it comes, left hand side. So it comes out to be MLT minus 2 L2 by M2. And 1 by C square is equal to 1 by L square T minus 2. It is L minus 2 T2. So it is L minus 2 T2, then L6 T minus 4 half. So that is L. So 9 here is A. This is our correct option. Now question number 10. Figure shows a circuit that contains 3 identical resistors which resistance R is 9 ohm each, 2 identical inductors with inductance L is equal to 2 mH each, and an ideal battery with EMF E is equal to 18 volt. The current I through the battery just after the switch closed is so. So this was the bonus question of 2017. So let's see. So this circuit will then change into this, and equivalent resistance will be here R by 2, that is the value of R is 9 by 2 ohm. So V will be 18 volt. So the value of current will be 4 ampere. So 4 ampere is not in this option. So Question number 11. One end of string of length L is connected to a particle of mass m and the other end is connected to a small peg on a smooth horizontal table. If the particle moves in circle with a speed v, the net force on the particle directed towards center will be T, represent the tension of string. So, see, this is the diagram where this is mass m, this is the tension in string, this is the peg, and this is the length of the string. So it is on the resting on the table, and the particles perform a circular motion. So it will be mv square by r. But here the radius is L, so is equal to T. Correct option here, T. Now question number 12. The electrical threshold wavelength of silver is 3250 into 10 to the minus 10 meter. The velocity of the electron ejected from the silver surface by ultraviolet light of wavelength 2536 into 10 to the power minus 10 meter is, so here are the values given for H, C and C. We know that Einstein photoelectric equation is Ke is H nu minus H nu naught, and H nu is here electromagnetic energy and H nu naught is your work function. So this is also the modified form of it. So H nu will be kinetic energy plus H nu naught. So H nu is equal to half me v square plus half m nu naught. So it's half me v square is equal to hc by lambda minus hc by lambda naught. So after bringing this velocity to right hand side from left and substituting the values, we get 6 into 10 to the power 5 meter per second. So it's 6 into 10 to the power minus 5 meter per second. And question number 13. Radioactive material A has decay constant 8 lambda and material B has decay constant lambda. Initially they have same number of nuclei. After what time the ratio of number of nuclei of material B to that of A will be A by E. So we know that N is N naught E minus lambda T. So here for A we will just put the values A lambda 8 lambda. So according to equation Na by Nb is equal to 1 by E. So and it is also written that Nb is greater than Na. So we will just put the values and we get T is equal to 1 by 7 lambda. Here the correct option 1 by 7 lambda. A rope is wound around a hollow cylinder of mass 3 kg and radius 40 centimeter. What is the angular acceleration of the cylinder if the rope is pulled with a force of 30 N? So torque is equal to I alpha and it is also F into R, and the value of force is given here 30 Newton. Now know that moment of inertia for cylinder is mr square. So here alpha will be torque by I, moment of inertia, Fr by mr square. So we'll just put the values and get the value 100 by 4, that is 25 radian per second square. So here is our correct option, that is 25 radian per second square. Now question number 15. Two cars moving in opposite directions approach each other with speed of 22 meter per second and 16.5 meter per second respectively. The driver of the first car blows a horn having a frequency 400 Hz. The frequency heard by the driver of the second car is, velocity of sound here is 340 meter per second. So this is the question of relative velocity. So this is they both are moving towards each other. So it will be Fa is equal to Fo V plus V naught by V minus Vs. So we will just put the values and our option will be 448 Hz. So correct option 448 Hz. Now question number 16. A 250 turn rectangular coil of length 2.1 cm and width 1.25 cm carries a current of 85 mu ampere and subjected to a magnetic field of strength 0.85 Tesla. Work done for rotating the coil by 180 degree against the torque is. So work done for rotating coil is mb cos phi 1 minus cos phi 2. So here we will just put the values. Cos 0 degree minus cos 100 degree will be the value will be cos 180 degree will be 1, so 2 MB. So 2 into NIA into B, the value of M here and the B here. So after putting all the values, we will get the answer 9.5 mu joule. So here is our correct option. I got 9.5, so it is close to 9.1. So this is the answer. Now question number 17. A closed solenoid of diameter 0.1 meter has 2 into 10 to the power 4 turns per meter. At the center of the solenoid, a coil of 100 turns and radius 0.01 is placed with its axis coinciding with the solenoid axis. The current in the solenoid reduces at the constant rate to 0 ampere. From 4 ampere in 0.05 second, if the resistance of the coil is 10 pi square ohm, the total charge flowing through the coil during this time is. So here we know that current induced in a coil is I is equal to 1 by R d phi by dt. So here I is also delta Q by delta T. So charge Q will be delta Q by delta T 1 by R delta T. Now we will just put the values mu naught N1 N2 pi R square delta I by delta T into 1 by R into delta T. So after putting the values, we get 32 unicoulomb. See our correct option, 32 unicoulomb. Now question number 26. Which one of the following statements are correct? So it's B, 1 and 2. Which is in center of mass of a body always coincides with center of gravity of the body. Yes, as we know that the center of mass is also the center of gravity of a body, and center of mass of a body is the point at which the gravitational torque on a body is 0. Yes, in center there is no torque, no gravitational torque. Now question number 27. A beam of light from a source L is incident normally on a plane mirror fixed at a certain distance x from the source. The beam is reflected back as a spot on the scale placed just above the source L. When the mirror is rotated through a small angle theta, the spot of the light is found to move through a distance y from the scale. The angle is given by. So this is a diagram which it's made on the basis of the question. So here we can see 2 theta is equal to y by x. So theta will be y by 2x. So it's here correct option, y by 2x. Now question number 28. A gaseous mixture consists of 2 moles of O2 and 4 moles of argon at temperature T. Neglecting all vibration modes, the total internal energy of the system is. So as we know that total internal energy is U1 plus U2 and U is equal to U1 plus U2, and we know that U is also internal energy is also F n RT. So it's F1 N1 RT plus F2 by 2 N2 RT. So after putting the values, like for oxygen is a diatomic gas, so we have to put the value 5. Argon is monatomic, so we had put the value 3 in the place of F, and moles are 2 and 4 are given in the question, so it's 11 RT. Here is the correct option, 11 RT. Now question number 20. Consider a drop of rainwater having mass 1 gram falling from a height of 1 kilometer. It hits the ground with a speed of 50 meter per second. Take a G constant with a value of 10 meter per second square. The work done by the gravitational force and the resistive force of air is. So as we know that work energy theorem tells that kinetic energy is work done by all the forces. So kinetic energy here is work done by gravity also plus work done by air. So we will just for gravity W will be mgh, and for air will be we had to find out. So after substituting all the values we get minus 8.75, and work done by gravity mgs. So after putting value of m, g and h we get 10 joule. So minus 8.75 joule and 10 joule. Here is the correct option C, this D. Now question number 30. A Carnot engine having an efficiency of 1 by 10 as heat engine is used as refrigerator. If the work done on the system is 10 joule, the amount of energy absorbed from the reservoir at a lower temperature is. So this is a Carnot engine where it is for low temperature, this is for high temperature. It is given here heat, and from this heat is getting this is absorbing heat, this had given the heat. So we know that efficiency of Carnot engine is work done by heat absorbed. So Q1 is the heat absorbed by the kinetic energy. So we will just put the values and get Q1 is 100 joule. So if it is reversed, if it's reserved, it takes in work W and heat Q2 from cold reservoir and ejects 100 joule of heat to hot reservoir. So it's W plus Q2 is equal to Q1. So we will just put the values and get Q2 is equal to 90 joule. This is the correct option, 90 joule. Now question number 31. An arrangement of 3 parallel straight wires placed perpendicular to plane of paper carrying same current I along the same direction is shown in the figure. Magnitude of force per unit length on the middle wire B is given by, so this is wire A, wire B and wire C. So we can see that these two wires are giving a force on this, and the force this is in this direction and this wire force is in this direction. So let's see. So here we have just to find the resultant. So we know that F for long straight wire is mu naught I square by 2 pi d, and for this is also mu naught I square by 2 pi d. So F resultant will be F1 square plus F2 square. So here both are F are same, so it will be root 2F. So we'll just put the value and get mu naught I square by root 2 pi d. This is mu naught I square by root 2 pi d. Now question number 32. The x and y coordinates of the particle at any time are x is equal to 5t minus 2t square and y is equal to 10t respectively. But x and y in meters and in t second, the acceleration of the particle at t second is. So here acceleration for x is dvx by dt. So here vx is equal to dx by dt. So so we will differentiate it. So it comes out to be 5 minus 4t. So after from we know that the double differentiation of x gives acceleration. So this we get minus 4 meter per second square. Now also double differentiating the position we will get acceleration. So it's 0. So now net acceleration will be ax I cap plus ay j cap, that's minus 4 I cap meter per second square. So here correct option minus 4 meter per second square. Now question number 33. The ratio of resolving power of an optical microscope for two wavelengths lambda 1 is equal to 4000 ampere and lambda 2 is equal to 6000 ampere. So here resolving power of microscope is directly proportional to 1 by lambda. So we will just put the values and get 3 by 2. Here is the correct option, 3 by 2. Now question number 34. Preeti reached the metro station and found the accelerator was not working. She walked up the stationary accelerator in time t1. On other days, if C remains stationary on the moving accelerator, then the accelerator takes her up in time t2. The time taken by her to walk on the moving accelerator will be. So as we know that so speed of walking, we know that speed is equal to distance by time. So t1, t2 and distance is h. So t is equal to h by v1 plus v2. As the distance is same, so the v1 value and v2 value we will put it from there, and this t is equal to t2 plus t1 by t1 t2. So is this question answer. Now question number 35. A spherical black body with radius of 12 cm radiates 450 watt power at 500 Kelvin. If the radius were half and temperature double, the power radiated in the watt would be. Question number 35. We have radiated power P is equal to sigma A t to the power 4. So according to the question, it's given that area is A by 4 and power and temperature is 2T. So we will just substitute the values and we will get we will just remove all the numericals value and get 16 by 4 sigma AT to the power 4. So it's P it is 4P, it is 4 times more than the original. So our correct option will be 1800 watt. So C, our correct option 1800 watt. Now question number 36. A potentiometer is an accurate and versatile device to make electrical measurements of EMF because the method involves the condition of no current flow through the galvanometer. As we know that if there is no current flowing in the galvanometer, then the potentiometer works. So here it's given a electrical network. So let's see, this is equivalent to. So here I have just make figure. So this is of NOR, this is of NOR. So after just putting the inputs and outputs, and by Y1 is here and Y2 will be just reverse, as here this dot type symbol is there. So this gate, this the final output we get is of NOT. So we got our correct option, NOT. Now in an common emitter transistor amplifier, the audio signal voltage across the collector is 3 volt. The resistance of collector is 3 kilo ohm. If current gain is 100 and the base resistance is 3 kilo ohm, the voltage and power gain of the amplifier is. So here we can see that collector current is V by R. So we will just put the values and get current is 10 to the power minus 3 ampere. Now base current is I3 by V. So we will put the value and get 10 to the power minus 5 ampere. And we know voltage is IB, RB, it means current through base and resistor through base. So it comes out to be 2 into 10 to the power minus 2 volt. So voltage gain is voltage output by voltage input. So we'll put the values and get 150. And power gain is voltage gain into current gain. So voltage gain is AV and power gain we write as beta. So the values beta is given. So it is 15,000. So your power gain is 15,000 and voltage gain is 150. Now question number 39. The two discs of same amount of inertia rotating about their rectangular axis passing through center and perpendicular to the plane of disc with angular velocity omega 1 and omega 2. They are brought into contact to face coinciding the axis of rotation. The expression for loss of energy during this process is. So we know that angular momentum before contact was I1 omega 1 plus I2 omega 2. Angular momentum after contact is I1 plus I2 omega. So we know that conservation of angular momentum is I1 omega 1 plus I2 omega 2, I1 plus I2 omega. So after putting the values we get omega is equal to omega 1 plus omega 2. So we know that loss in kinetic energy is kinetic energy initial minus kinetic energy final. So we'll put the values and get half I omega 1 minus omega 2 square. So here correct option this. Now question number 40. Young double slit experiment is first performed in air and then in medium other than air. If it is found that 8th bright fringe is the medium lies where 5th dark fringe lies in air, the refractive index of the medium is nearly. So it's clearly given that 5th dark fringe lies in air and 8th bright fringe lies in medium. So we know that it is 2n minus 1 lambda d by 2d, and for bright we know that it's lambda d by d, n lambda d by d. So we will just add mu. So after putting all the values we get mu is equal to 1.78. So here is our correct option, 1.78. Now which one of the following represents the forward bias diode? So this is our forward bias diode. As we can see that P side is connected to higher potential and N side is connected to lower potential, and that is the condition of forward bias diode. Two polaroids P1 and P2 are placed with their axis perpendicular to each other. Unpolarized light I0 is incident on P1. A third polaroid P3 is kept in between P1 and P2 so that its axis make an angle 45 degree with that of P1. The intensity of transmitted light through P2 is. So here we can see diagrammatic representation of three polaroids and the given condition. So intensity through, if we can calculate about P3, it's I0 by 2 cos square theta. After putting values we get I2 is equal to I0 by 4. So intensity through P2. So we can see that I2 is the initial intensity through P2. So we will just get I3 is equal to I0 4 cos square 45 degree. So we will get I3 is equal to I0 by 8. We can see this I0 by 8. Now question number 43. In an electromagnetic wave in free surface, the root mean square value of electric field is ERMS 6 volt per meter. The peak value of magnetic field is. So we know that peak value of electric field is E0 is equal to root 2 ERMS. So E0 will be root 2 into 6 V by M. We know that C, velocity of light, is equal to E0 by B0. So after putting the values of E0 and C, we get B0 is equal to 2.83 into 10 to the power minus 8 Tesla. So here is correct option, 2.83 into 10 to the power minus 8 Tesla. Question number 44. If theta 1 and theta 2 be the apparent angles of dip observed in two vertical planes at right angles at each other, the true angle of dip theta is given by. So as we know, tan theta 1 is equal to tan theta by cos alpha. So and tan theta 2 is equal to tan theta by cos 90 minus alpha. So 90 minus alpha is sin alpha. So after just from equation 1 and 2 we get cot square theta 2 plus cot square theta is equal to cot square theta. Here is the correct option, this first number. Now question number 45. The diagrams below show regions of equipotential. We can see this 1 diagram, 2 diagram, 3 diagram, 4 diagram. Now a positive charge is moved from A to B in each diagram. This from the A to B. So correct option is this. In all 4 cases the work done will be same as. We know that work done is equal to Q delta V. It depends on the charge and in the voltage. So here we can see voltage are same 10, 20, 30, 40, 10, 20, 30, 40, 10, 20, 30, 40. So all are same. So we have done the physics section of solved paper 2070. In the next video we will do chemistry section of solved paper 2070. Thank you.